It seems like the drama surrounding Diddy is only getting more intense. This time, 50 Cent has dragged none other than Jennifer Lopez into the chaos, accusing her of being involved in Diddy's notorious freak-offs with underage participants. And as always, 50 Cent isn't holding back. He's got receipts and isn't afraid to expose what he knows. For years, we've thought that J-Lo's connection to Diddy was limited to that infamous 1999 shooting incident.
This kid comes up to you. He's not Justin Bieber yet. He's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
And I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, there were a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
So you were all sitting in a room
We
somewhere.
were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy? You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these dick pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis when people come to those concerts. Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of manager he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show your cock, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR,
Hey,
man.
by the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher, is somebody...
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's private parts, man. Come on.
Where rapper Shyne took the fall. But 50 is claiming that J-Lo may have stayed tangled in Diddy's shady activities long after they broke up. And here's where things get even juicier. 50 Cent is alleging that Ben Affleck knew all about this and that it played a role in his decision to leave J-Lo before the scandal exploded. So, what exactly did Ben know? And was Diddy really holding blackmail footage of J-Lo with younger boys?
That's how he operates. He has people followed, he has people watched. He does all kinds of things. He's a piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids.
Man. And you know what's so crazy is, bro, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this. In the studio, he said, yo, I'ma drug their ass off and pick them up and pimp them out to my nigga.
According to 50, he has the answers, and the details are even more shocking than we imagined. We all remember that J-Lo and Diddy were once the ultimate power couple in the late 90s.
Dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he can get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, the touchy-feely between two men.
But the rumors surrounding their relationship have always hinted at something darker. J-Lo was considered Diddy's ride or die, the Bonnie to his Clyde, as they navigated the highs and lows of the music industry. However, the full extent of J-Lo's involvement in Diddy's underworld activities has long been kept under wraps, until now. Let's rewind to that infamous night in 1999. Diddy and J-Lo were out celebrating at a Times Square club, and tensions flared after Diddy accidentally bumped into a notorious street figure named Matthew Scar Allen. A scuffle broke out. One of Scar's crew members threw money in Diddy's face, and suddenly shots were fired. 3 people were injured, including a woman who was reportedly shot in the face by Diddy.
Context. Like they in the act. That's what they're looking for. So now, they're gonna go through all those devices. If somebody got any kind of weird fetishes that they got little kids or little girls or something like that in any kind of pictures or any kind of photos that they took out of that.
You know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, you know they're gonna get you if they can. It's a little crazy how Puffy get booted out the alcohol business and Jimmy Iovine steps in with Andre and Snoopy promoting it. It's never a good look when it comes to culture of hip hop and for our community, for our people. I turn myself in. Sometimes you gotta face the music. That's most of the time. Puffy, I'm gonna give you some real advice. 2 quick things. You gotta make a decision. When you go to prison, either you're gonna be standing up pissing or squatting, sitting down pissing. I advise you to try to take the first one. Because you know, if you're squatting, pissing on the seat, you know what that means. Oh yeah, by the way, do not do your time going by Brother Love. Brother Love is not a good code name for prison. I'm out.
In the chaos, Diddy and J-Lo fled the scene, but their escape was cut short when they were pulled over for running a red light. Talk about a messy getaway. J-Lo was arrested alongside Diddy and was reportedly in tears at the police station, where her mother even showed up to scold her for getting involved with him.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
At that time, it was widely assumed that J-Lo was simply an unlucky bystander. But according to a lawsuit filed by Little Rod, J-Lo was allegedly much more involved. The suit claims that J-Lo actually brought the gun into the club that night and handed it to Diddy when the altercation erupted.
It's a dangerous thing. God protect us from our mind, talking us out of our powers of manifesting anything that we want if we believe in you, even if it's not there, even if it looks like it's not going to come. God, please bless everyone's mind and know that you will always show up and you will show up on time. God, please bless everyone that has had a rough year. But bless us for the good days, the bad days, the days that we have experienced death, the days we've experienced life, loss, happiness, victory. However you give it to us, we want to give you thanks for 2020. 2020 has been an incredible year. 2020 has been a great year. Please bless us that in 2021, we're not the same that we was in 2020, that we have excelled, that we have gone to a higher frequency, a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of kindness, a higher level of self-love, to eat the right things and to take care of ourselves, a higher level of self-love, especially, for anybody, but for my people, black people. Please bless them to love themselves enough to start fighting back in any way, because nobody should be oppressed like this. Nobody should be treated like this. And God, I know that you know, and God, give us the courage in 2021, if anybody's being oppressed, to be able to destroy their oppressor. And God, 2020 was something. 2021, we pray. We pray. We pray it's better than 2020. I love y'all.
If true, This revelation paints a very different picture of J-Lo's role in the incident. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. According to 50 Cent, J-Lo continued to be involved in Diddy's sketchy behavior even after their breakup. He claims that J-Lo attended Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, where young boys and girls were allegedly subjected to disturbing acts. These gatherings were reportedly filled with drugs, manipulation, and coercion, as Diddy used his power and influence to control and exploit those around him. 50 says J-Lo was right in the middle of it, participating alongside Diddy at these wild parties.
Yo, man, he told me he should have saw this coming with Cassie and the way he treated women when he slapped his mother. And I was like, he did what?
Yo, I did it. Told me he want receipts. Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts.
Cassie, I will advocate for you. Because, see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
According to court documents, the FBI has been investigating these freak-offs for years. The documents describe how Diddy used his business empire to lure women and other individuals into his orbit under the pretense of romantic relationships, only to then force them into inappropriate situations.
You have the experience with major corporations like me, my particular experience with Beam Suntory. It was great in the beginning. It's great for us to work for them. It is not so cool when you start to own things. You see what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money with them too. Like, there's a point, they did a deal that mirrored what Puffy's deal with Diageo was for Ciroc. So he didn't have ownership of that at any point, but he was getting a lot of money, like almost like $60 million a year at one point. So you see him go to daily on is when you see him have some issues. And these people have really strong relationships. Don't think that the civil case doesn't turn into a criminal case faster because he's making them uncomfortable. That's a big part of it. The spirits business is not governed. They got a discus board that they created, right? If you got two companies that are $3 billion a year, and Beam Suntory and Diageo, the distribution level, it's very hard for you to get things to a point where you can do the right numbers. They incentivize the sales force by giving them box bonuses. And then when you sell a product, you get the bonuses off the boxes that's there. But you make that no matter what product you're selling. So if you sell Hennessy or Remy out the gate, they start to put downward pressure on the new companies.
And you know what's so crazy is, bro, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this, and yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got and everything on him, but he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN. It's keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
The reports detail a horrifying pattern of abuse, with Diddy allegedly using drugs and coercion to keep his victims compliant. Even worse, Diddy reportedly kept video recordings of these events as leverage to maintain control over those involved. Now, here's where things get really wild. 50 Cent claims that J-Lo's partners at these parties weren't always of legal age. He says he's handed over video footage to authorities showing J-Lo engaged in inappropriate acts with minors, and that Ben Affleck was informed of this by the FBI. This, 50 suggests, is the real reason behind their rumored split. While J-Lo and Ben have been spotted together since their supposed breakup, 50 speculates that it might all be a strategy to protect Ben from getting caught up in the legal fallout. Fans are going wild over these revelations, with many taking to social media to share their thoughts. One user wrote, "J-Lo knew exactly what she was doing. She used Diddy to climb the ladder in Hollywood, and now she's trying to act like she's innocent. Shame on her." Another commented, "Of course J-Lo was involved. She's always been about getting to the top, no matter the cost. She knew what Diddy was up to, and now it's all coming back to haunt her." But it's not just fans who are buzzing about this. Insiders believe that J-Lo might be trying to strike a deal with prosecutors to save herself from legal trouble. Rumors are swirling that many of Diddy's former associates are flipping on him to avoid being dragged down in the upcoming trials. Could J-Lo be next? What's clear is that the situation is escalating fast. Diddy's legal troubles are far from over, and with new names being implicated, this could be the beginning of a much larger scandal. 50 Cent, never one to miss a chance to throw shade at Diddy, is already working on a documentary about Diddy's downfall, and you can bet he'll be spilling every last drop of tea when it's released. So, what do you all think? Is J-Lo really involved in Diddy's scandalous freak-offs? Could 50 Cent be right about her participation and Ben Affleck's knowledge of it all? And do you think J-Lo will manage to escape the fallout? Or is this just the start of her own legal nightmare? Whatever happens, it's clear that this drama is only getting started, and we're all in for one wild ride. And drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates on this explosive story. Things are heating up, and you won't want to miss the next big reveal. Stay tuned.